Y'all. All right, so we're back. Second break session. Just stretch it out. Yeah, feels good. I actually made some progress on this thing I'm working on, so I don't have to like worry about it during the week. So that's good. That's good. And then another. Speaking of that, also taxes. So if you're in the U.S., tax time is coming, and what I don't understand is that the government knows exactly how much I make. You know what I mean? And so, but we still have to do this song and dance of like, oh wait, no, I really did make this much. Like it's like they're just trying to catch you in a lie or something. So I try to keep my taxes as straightforward as possible, and so there's no like ambiguity. You know what I mean? And so whatever like the form says, like whatever the online thing is, like put this box, put this value. That's all I got to do. And so yeah, the government, I only need to talk like once a year. And so I try to keep it just once a year. And yeah, so yeah, so I'm going to try and do that a little bit later. But this other thing, I got that done. And then since I traveled, that's the thing, like I have to submit some expenses. And so now I got to do that also. Cause I want to make sure I get that done as soon as possible as well. And but I think I have everything. I was much better with my like expenses before, but I'm kind of rusty now because it's been like 2 years and I haven't really traveled. And so I'm getting back into it, into the groove. So, like I said, it's like riding like a bike. So, yeah. Next trip, which is next week, I hopefully be much better. And it's just like a quick trip down to Miami. So, shouldn't be too bad. All right. But you're not here for that. You're here for to relax your brain a little bit, walk around. And I'm going to talk about something I found interesting this week. It actually happened last week, but since I was traveling, I didn't get really a chance to like follow it. And so, real quick, okay, so I'm going to post a link to it's like a Twitter thread. And so I'm just going to post a link to the Twitter thread and add it to the recording of this video so you can always check it out later. All right, share my screen. And so I wanted to say congratulations we spoke about them before on these previous breaks, but congratulations to Astro. They just released 1.0 beta. I believe that's what it was called. Yeah, Astro 1.0 beta. So congratulations to them. And so they kind of it happened last week. So like all last week they had like every day some sort of announcement, right? And so I figured why not recap it and go through it. All right. So Astro. So the Astro is a site I've been a big fan of since like first heard about it like last year. And I built a few sites with it. And what's cool is that, so like they say here, Astro is a new kind of static site builder for the modern web. Powerful developer experience means lightweight output. And so I don't want to rehash what we spoke about before, but it's kind of like a compiler. And so you can decide like what needs to be strictly like just HTML, like presentational stuff. And it will like kind of strip out all the JavaScript and just give you the HTML, CSS for it. And then you can decide whether or not you want something to be interactive, whether it be like it scrolls into the view, then you can have some stuff that's interactive, or just have it interactive from the get-go. You know what I mean? And they have all these and then media queries and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. So like I'm thinking like media queries, if it's like on a smaller device, then maybe you don't want to run as much JavaScript. So you stripped all that out and it's more presentational stuff, right? But so I've used it for a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. I dig it. And what's cool is that you can use it like the interactive parts. You can use like React, Preact, Solid.js, but I use Svelte in there, and that's what really drew me to it. And so a lot of my projects don't need to be, a lot of them don't even really need servers. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm able to pull information from an API, and then I'll have like the interactive bits decide what the UI should look like. So some UI don't need to be changed. It's just the way they are. but depending on like the parameters and the URL, I'm able to pull information and then create it like a custom page based on those URLs. And so with that, I don't need like a server. And so that's what I like about Astro. You know, it helps me get projects done quickly, you know, and so I'm a big fan. All right. So like you said, like you see here, Astro beta launch week is coming, which it just happened April 4th to the 8th. All right. So okay, so back to this. All right, so like I said here, it's been a jam-packed week of astronomical, nice, new releases. Here's a recap thread of everything we launched this week. Oh, and read to the end for one more thing. And they have some integration stuff, which is pretty cool. All right, so on Monday, they actually launched Astro 1.0 beta. So that's super dope. And so this was a huge stability milestone as we continue to build the best platform for web developers. Official V 1.0 coming June 8th. So it's going to be out of beta on June 8th, which is pretty cool. So then, yeah, they're announcing that they have the 1.0 beta release. Very nice. So I'm going to check that out because there's a project I've been looking to build. And I think some of this stuff in the beta might be kind of cool to try out. So we'll see. All right. And then Tuesday, they unveiled Astro SSR server-side rendering, which is pretty cool. And so it says unlocks a galaxy of new possibilities from e-commerce to global edge deployments powered by Astro. And so this new project, I think the edge stuff may help because I'm thinking it's going to be people in different parts of the world. And so the closer I can get it to them, like the page, the better. And so again, I'm just kind of formulating all this in my brain. So, and then you can, so there's like Node.js. So I would have to have a place where I would put like a Node server, or you can use Dino, however you want to pronounce it. And then there's the serverless ones too, which seems kind of interesting. And then the Edge, the Cloudflare Dino stuff. So it might be time to check out Dino. I don't know. Or I might check out, I already have like a Cloudflare account for something else. So I might try that. I don't know. We'll see. And so, and they have like this video kind of showing stuff, which is pretty cool. And so you can check that out. And they have like the link to the blog post as well, which I think I have right here. I was kind of like reading through it earlier. And so cool stuff. Let's see. So back to that. So then on Wednesday, so they have new catalogs for integrations and themes, which is pretty cool. And so they say now it's even easier to get started and stay productive in Astro. So like, I guess you can add like Tailwind CSS if you're into that. Party Town, which I have not really gotten into yet, but there's from the folks at Builder.io. We spoke about it on a previous thing before. I'm not sure what they mean by components. I don't know if that's web components. I'm not sure what that means. I have to look into that more. But so yeah, so now they have integrations and themes, which is pretty cool. So you can add your favorite tools and you can themes to kickstart your journey. Nice. And then I guess another video kind of talking about it. Pretty cool. All right. Let's see. And then Thursday, so they have this thing, they turn their focus to amazing community. So with new commitments to funding and supporting a sustainable open source community within Astro, that's pretty dope, and across the entire ecosystem. Very nice. And so they're saying like, who are some contributors? Where does the sponsorship money go, and how does it give back to OSS, open source software? And then they talk about it in a thread, which is pretty dope. So that's cool to see. And then I think, is this the one that had the? Hold on, let me see. Because they had like a new where they're showcasing sites, which is pretty cool, that were built with it. Not seeing it. All right. Well, I know they had a showcase site that they launched. I have to look it up because it was funny because I was going through it and I was like, I saw something like, oh, interesting. All right. So let's continue with this original thread while I look for this stuff. And so finally, this is the one more thing that came out, I guess, Friday. They have a Astro Hackathon, which is pretty cool. And so it's 4 weeks 100% remote, which is always good. And then there's $15,000 in total prizes to give away. And there's 3 categories to compete in: best new Astro integration, best new Astro theme, and best new Astro site built with SSR. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have time because the project I'm looking to do is kind of like a large project, and so I don't think I'll have time to. 4 weeks. We'll see. But so astro.build/hack. So will this actually go to the link? Nope. All right. So let me add this link. Okay. So it's a Notion site. I'm gonna add this also. You know what? No, it's going to mess up my layout. I'm going to add this shorter link. There. See if we did it. All right, cool. All right, so I'm adding that link just in case if it changes in the future or what have you, but add that. All right, and plus it's shorter. Cool. And so they talk more about it, which is pretty cool. Again, shouts to the details tag. That's so great. And so they kind of give you ideas of what they're looking for. It's pretty cool. All right. So the integrations library. I may have to do some stuff here. Pretty cool stuff. So, like I said, there's like the view. You can use view components, which you could have done that before. I think was Vue one of the original ones. I know Svelte, React, Preact. Oh, it's Lit. Okay. Yeah, here's the Svelte. So yeah, so I think some of the stuff before. So a lot of the things that you wanted to use before, which is pretty cool. Very nice. All right, so if that's the thing that you're into, you can do that. So yeah, XM is a powerful Astro web component generator. Create your own Astro compliant web components. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So if you have an idea for something, you can create an integration, and possibly when I think like $4,000. Yeah, each category, the top winner is 4,000, and then like runner up gets 1,000 for honorable mentions and runner ups. Yes. Cool. Okay, and then you can do a theme. Again, they have like that's pretty cool, like ideas, like things to get you kind of going, and then SSR. Super cool. All right. And they give you cool. Very nice. Okay, back to here. So there was a thing also that I came across. It's almost time to finish up. But it was really cool. It was like a showcase of different projects that were used. Here we go. So, surprise! One last release to share before we tie a bow on our first ever launch week. I guess they forgot to put it in the include it in the thread here, but hey, we see it now. All right, so here we go. So explore what's possible with 40 curated websites built by Google, Trivago, GD Guardian, and more. I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me check this out, right? So I go to it. And so this is like astro.build/showcase. I'm going to put a link to that also, as I mentioned it. All right, so let me make sure all that's there. Cool. So I go and I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, this is Firebase blog. Look like it's doing it. This was pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to really check it out. Div Riots, who I've spoken about before, they do webcomponents.dev. So I've been talking about them a lot. And it's like other stuff like this year of, and then people's actual websites. Like, oh, it's pretty cool. And so I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's a 2D platformer game. Cool, a blog thing. And then like this spread biglery, I guess is like a business or something, and some more stuff. I'm like, oh, this is super cool, very nice. I didn't get to put hexa roll. That seems pretty cool. And then I scrolled down and I'm like, holy crap, that's my website, myworkshops.live. I was like, oh wow, they put my site on there. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I was super surprised. I was like, wow, wow. And I had no idea. And so I was like, wow, thanks. Y'all, that's kind of amazing. And so, but this site is, I just created it because I'm doing a lot of workshops. And so I made the website. And again, it was super quick because I've gotten into kind of like a groove with using Astro and Svelte combined to like make like these websites, these applications. And um, I just made this website to where I can have these workshops, my slides, and so that the people attending the workshops can also see the slides because it's virtual right now. And as I'm moving through my slides for the workshop, it also moves for the person, the attendee, also. And so it's a way of keeping it in sync. And if I remember correctly, I even have like speech to text recognition, like text bubbles, and a way for them to just, if the video is like too much bandwidth, I have an audio only option that they can do and just hear it as well. And so, yeah, I was able to put it together like in like a couple of weeks, like a week or something. And so that's super dope that they put it on there. And I was like, I have so many. Oh, so I put out this tweet thanking them for putting me on there, which was super cool profile. And so I did a tweet. It was one of the latest ones. Yeah, here. Oh no, wait. No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, here. So yeah, so I said, yo, catching up with Astro.Build's launch week. And then I noticed that my workshops.live was on the website with some other cool sites. And so I said, thanks, y'all. And I have these other sites that I created also with it. So I listed them. And so yeah, so I have this one, the what you doing, kind of reminds you like, hey, what you working on, what you've been working on. You know what I'm saying? People say they're busy, but this kind of reminds like, hey, well, what are you doing? And so and it kind of keeps a list so you can go back and check. Well, I spoke about this on previously. And then also find my next, like, to help find Twitter Spaces, and I use that also. And then, like, what I spoke about this earlier in the first cipher, my new, well, not new, but my renovated site that I redid with Astro, and yeah. So as you can see here, I did it with Astro, and like I mentioned before, I have a Cloudflare thing I'm doing, so I might test out this server-side rendering stuff. I don't know. I gotta see. We'll see. So much possibilities. But yeah. So again, congratulations to Astro for their 1.0 beta release and all the cool stuff, and their hackathon that's coming up. I want to let people know about the hackathon, and maybe you can, if you join, and maybe you can win some money or what have you, or at least learn something new. You know what I mean? And that's like one of my main reasons for doing these things. So I may jump in and see what I can come up with an integration thing. I'm always looking to integrate, like especially like Vonage stuff. Maybe I can work something in. We'll see. All right. Cool. I think that's it. So again, thank you all for hanging out. We have one more break session. Let me stop the screen share. Cool. One more break session. If no one signs up for the show and tell, I'll probably just go over an artist's website, you know what I mean, and listen to some music and maybe watch some videos and stuff. So, all right. I think that's going to be it. Thank you all for hanging out once again. I will talk to you all later. And yeah, much productivity to you. I'm going to send you all off with some traveling music. And this is Nujabez featuring Apani B. The track is called Thank You. And yeah, thank y'all for hanging out. All right. See y'all soon. Screen share. Audio. And share that. Cool. All right. Thanks again, y'all. I will see y'all later. Be easy. Thanks. Peace.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank God for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life.